Out of Philadelphia, here at the Eldorado Hotel and Casino in Reno. I'm Alan Massengill, working alongside with Rich Marotta tonight. We dragged him out of his living room down the road to come work with me for the 200th time, I think.
It was a much shorter drive than I'm accustomed to.
Okay, I believe we're going to have an announcement officially now for the walkover. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth bout of the evening has unfortunately been scrapped, so we're going to invite Katende to the ring at this time. Kennedy, to the ring, please.
Now, Kennedy actually was here yesterday
on
time, in time for the weigh-in. He did weigh in officially, and now he will step into the ring. In other words, he is ready to fight. His opponent is not showing at this very moment, so he is getting the win by walkover.
He's announced as the winner.
Oh, he was ready to go. He's always ready to go. He's the loosest, great personality. And he started boxing at age 8 when his mother died. His father lives in London. He lives in Sweden, but we'll see him in a couple of weeks, I'm sure. Okay, let's get you set now for more action.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kennedy's opponent was unable to make it. Thus, your winner by walkover, Kennedy Katende. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our first fighter to the ring, representing the German Eagles, Philipp Gruner.
Philip took a detour behind us over here, Rich. You know,
he didn't want to walk up those same steps that the last guy walked up because they lost, right?
Yeah. He's a German champion from 2011, 23 years old. And this season he's had the displeasure of fighting the number 2 heavyweight in the WSB and the number 1 heavyweight in the WSB. First he fought Clemente Russo, a silver medalist in London, from Italy, a national hero, and then he fought the number 1 ranked heavyweight, a guy I'm really impressed with, Joseph Joyce from the British Lionhearts. Joyce is from Northern Ireland, so this guy has had a rough go, and he's hoping to get a victory here tonight for the German team, so they won't walk out of here with a 4-1 loss tonight to the United States knockouts.
And now, let's welcome his opponent from your USA Knockouts, Paul the Machine Koon.
Here's a fighter. Here's Paul Koon. He's all business most of the time. He called him the Machine out of Philadelphia, a 3-time Gold Glove champion in Pennsylvania. At one time, they considered him the number 1 ranked heavyweight amateur in the United States.
And he's got the most style with a bow that I've seen. He bows before the match to all 4 sides of the ring. I liked that.
He's had he fought in the first season in Miami. This season, 1 fight against Matteo Modugno, a bruiser from the Italian Milano team. He lost on points in that one. But he's trying to feel his way into the heavyweight division. They thought, coming out of Philadelphia, I mean, that's a tall order to live up to, being a heavyweight from Philadelphia. All right, let's go to our ring announcer, Stan Durst.
Our final bout of the evening is in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, he weighed in at 211 pounds. With a record of 1 win against 5 losses, from Germany, Philipp Gruner. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks, he weighed in at 215 pounds. He currently holds a record of 0 wins with 1 loss. From the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, Paul the Machine Koon. Your judges for this bout are Bert Clemens, Herb Santos, and Eric Cheek. The third man in the ring for this bout is Vic Draculich.
All right, gentlemen, you received your instructions. And I want to caution you, any punch below this area here is going to be called low. Any punch below this area here is going to be called low. That said, I want you to obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up now, good luck to both of you. Touch them.
I will say, Rich, this is the most cut and physically fit I've seen Paul Koon.
Well, he's very his musculature, as you can see, is very pronounced, very heavily muscled. I don't always approve of that myself as for fighters.
Oh, I think they're looking for a mouthpiece. I think they might have forgotten an important piece of equipment over here.
You can't always tell, of course, by body type.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And, if you look at Philipp Gruner, he looks a little softer in terms of his body type than does Paul Koon. But usually, the most heavily muscled fighters are not your biggest punchers, with the exception of Mike Tyson. But they're not your biggest punchers usually. A lot of times it's those skinny guys that have the biggest punch.
Tommy Hearns was pretty skinny.
I don't know what's going on with his ear. Something's. That is very weird.
Did they put an earpiece in there? I didn't.
Perhaps he wants to hear your outstanding commentary during the fight, Alan.
Well, he may or may not want to. Depends on how it goes. We're in the heavyweight division. Paul Koon from Philadelphia in the red trunks. Philipp Gruner from Germany in the black trunks. Koon comes out throwing a jab, throws a right hand over the left glove of Gruner. You notice the ring gets very small as we move up in the weight divisions. Like I said, Paul Koon's a guy that everybody just thought he was going to come out and set the world on fire, and he's now looking for the best competition he can get, and he's in against a former German champion.
Paul's a Philadelphia fighter. As Alan mentioned, that's a lot to live up to. I asked him who his favorite fighters were. I expected to hear Bernard Hopkins, Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
Instead, he surprised me with Evander Holyfield and Pernell Whitaker. And Paul does not fight like Sweet Pea.
No. He's also a chess player, and he mentioned one of his favorite athletes was Bobby Fischer. I'm not making it up. Standing in the center of the ring right now. I got the feeling Gruner can take a lot of heat.
Yeah, he's a durable fighter.
Yep.
He's not a mobile fighter. But he can't let Koon just use the ring and pot shot him the way that he has so far in the first minute and a half.
Yeah, Koon trying to whistle that right hand in there, measuring with that left a little bit. Gruner popping the jab out there a little bit. Oh, he worked his way in there pretty nicely there. Two heavyweights throwing right in the center of the ring, right in front of each other.
Gruner just is not throwing much. He's going to need to start unloading a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting pot shotted, as you said. Picked apart, in other words. Nice left right there that got in from the German fighter. Inside a minute left, round number one. We're scheduled for 5. 26 seconds left, round number 1. A lot of those punches are being picked off by Gruner, who's holding his gloves. Very tight defensive position.
Gruner starting to find the range a little bit.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there and work his way in.
He was very, I guess you could call it economic with his throwing of punches in the first round.
Good job. Now listen to me. Trust me. Trust me what I'm ready to say to you. Okay? Box this kid mid-range. It's an easy fight. Okay? You picking him apart. You too fast, too strong. Only time he got a chance to make it look exciting is when you decide.
Salagi's trying to come out of that defensive posture, throw the jab, cover back up, and show some head movement.
If Koon could win this match and the U.S. were to win, winning 3 out of 4 and actually is scoring a 4-1 victory, what kind of shockwave do you think that would send through the World Series of Boxing?
Well, seeing as how they'd only won 3 matches all year, they'd win more in one night than they won all year.
There you see Koon, he was landing long left jabs. Gruner started to pick it up near the end of the round, landed a good jab of his own.
Let's see if Gruner can get a more head movement and work his way in and throw some punches like his coach was telling him. Koon doing a good job popping that jab out there, staying out of harm's way. He might have to bring something behind it against this load he's in against. Gruner's in good shape too, you can tell. This team works hard, like I said, under the auspices of the German Boxing Federation. It's quite an honor to be a part of this team in association with the federation.
Koon jabbing more in this fight than in previous fights. And I like what he's doing here. He's using that jab more because usually a lot of times he stands on the outside and then comes in winging. He turns to southpaw here, which is interesting tactics. I don't think he needs it. I don't see why he would change anything up at this point. Yeah, but usually from long range what he does is he wings with the hook and with the right hand from the outside, but he has done a good job of jabbing here tonight.
When I talk to most trainers about switching from southpaw to orthodox, most of them will tell me, you know, they don't really mind it, but if they can do it, let them do it. You know, they don't teach it, but if they have the ability to do it and be effective, why not? Koon up on his toes, dancing a little bit in this round. Trying to stay on the outside, use his quicker hands and quicker feet.
Paul really looks like a confident fighter in there tonight.
Philipp Gruner's in the black trunks. He's just going to have to try to walk him down and try to get him up here on the ropes if he can. But it takes a lot of energy to chase a fighter around the ring. Yeah, that's where he wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. I was going to say the same thing. That's exactly where he wanted him, Alan.
Yep, right there.
Kind of threw him into that corner.
That's what he's trying to do. Get him up against the ropes, corner him, cut down on the movement, cut off the ring, use your footwork.
Paul Koon let out a yell. Nice job of hitting and then just kind of walking away, circling around the ring.
Yeah, he's stepping out of it.
Oh, he can't stand there and pose like that, Paul.
No. If you try to look pretty, it won't be pretty very long, especially against a heavyweight. Gruner's picking it up a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing secret about Gruner's style. He's just going to plod forward and, as you said, try to walk you down.
That's a pretty good round for Gruner there.
Maintain, Paul. Let's be maintained. Now, the only thing he's catching us with is what? Jab. That little sneaky, quick jab. So let's do it. Let's beat it up a little bit. Okay? Let's beat it up.
Keep your hands off the rope.
Come on, here we go. Let's take that away from him, okay? And then we got a shutout.
A little bit more of a sense of urgency. over it.
Like I said, walk him down, use your head movement. Don't get hit. Slip that jab and get inside that jab. I'd like to see a few more power shots. I'd like to see a few more power shots from Paul Koon in his third round. This could be an even fight so far. And we have 5 rounders, not enough time to waste. Now, Gruner's got that right hand ready to go if he can land it.
Koon has come out in a left-handed stance in this round.
Yes, he has.
So it's been interesting. He fought the first round strictly right-handed, the second round half and half, and now the third round he comes out left-handed.
Yeah, Gruner's shoving him away right there to get out of the clinch.
He's strong. Gruner's strong.
Oh, he's in good shape. Oh, Gruner.
Hands down, you get caught backing away like that, you're going to get knocked down usually.
Yep, if he got caught right that whistling right hand, he was in trouble. He bounced back off the ropes, which we've seen him do a few times. I mean, Koon looks very relaxed in there. Like I said, I'd like to see him bring a little more thunder. Gruner's putting on the heat here in round 3.
I think he wants to show some flash, Paul. Koon here tonight, he said yesterday that he really wants to show his abilities and let those abilities take him as far as he can go. Born in Philadelphia, or rather in Pennsylvania, and lives in Philadelphia. And like so many of the young fighters, trained at those Police Athletic League gyms, the Powell gyms.
Yep. That and the Golden Gloves is more or less our development ground. I'd like to see, that is a nice right hand got in from Gruner. Like I said, I'd like to see the USA team develop and be a goal for young fighters to make it onto this team and fight for the USA outside of the United States Boxing Association teams also. The more the merrier is what I say. Little blood there on both fighters. 47 seconds left, round number 3. Crowd liking the heavyweight action. They're fighting like middleweights in there.
Yeah, it's brisk action for heavyweights, no question about it. One thing about Koon, when he gets aggressive a lot of times, he will leave himself open.
Yeah, holding that left hand a little bit low. And I've known fighters, that will hold that hand down, a la Roy Jones, those type of fighters, to lure somebody in so they can crack them. Now he's shifting back to the southpaw stance as the seconds wound down in round number 3. Blood. The blood is from the nose. There's a right hand that got in the nose of Paul Koon. I thought he got cracked in there, a pretty good right hand that bloodied that nose. Something they'll have to deal with.
Okay? All right, we need 2 more
Gruner
rounds. Don't
stepped
slow
it up,
down,
Rich.
okay? You hear me?
Yes, although I thought overall Koon won the third round, I thought. Right there was a dangerous spot to leave himself in. That was
bad.
That was just a very reckless move by Koon. If that right landed, he was going to be knocked down. Off
Round
balance,
number 4.
leaning back.
Round number 4. Philipp Gruner in the black trunks for Germany, the heavyweight. 2011 German heavyweight champion.
Gruner now much busier than he was in round 1 and 2.
Oh, we got him going now. Nice right hand in there from Paul Koon. Oh, man. They have picked it up. Downstairs, upstairs. Good combination. Koon sticking with the right hand orthodox stance for now.
Interesting that both fighters are sensing a little more urgency.
Big Dracula's your referee, warning about the elbows. They're going to be throwing elbows and knees and everything else if they keep up this pace. Gruner's beginning to show me what he likes to do, make a fight out of it.
Gruner just looks looser in this round than he has been in the fight.
See why he's a German champion in this round. Sometimes you have to heat up, I guess.
Koon is getting tagged now.
He's getting tagged. Gruner's putting on the heat, I'm telling you.
I have Koon ahead in this fight, but Gruner's really coming on in this round.
Nice right hand from Koon, but he's gotten the worst of it. A lot of blood to deal with coming out of the nose. Paul Koon out of Philadelphia. Crowd chanting USA. First time we've heard that tonight. We'd like to hear more of that as this team hopefully develops.
Koon looks a little gassed to me. Mouth is open.
You did mention he wanted to show all of his skills, but
now here's the problem. He's bleeding from that nose, and that can be causing him to having to open his mouth, to breathe through his mouth.
Well, Gruner's just that bruising type of heavyweight that if he catches you with those heavy hands, that's what you wind up with. This has been a brutal round for both fighters. Now Koon coming on and doing good work. Got blood coming from the mouth of Gruner at this point. Gruner's got some heavy punches, Rich.
Yeah, and he's really showing it in this round. This is the first round to me, as I'm looking at Koon, I'm looking at his facial expressions after the punches, etc., that I'm seeing the punches actually having an effect. Obviously, the ones to the nose did earlier that caused the bleeding, maybe a broken nose, because the nose is not stopping in terms of the blood streaming from it. And Koon is having to breathe from his mouth.
Very nice heavyweight action, especially that fourth round. I got a feeling this thing's dead even. But what do I know? Yeah, he really struggled after that nose was bloodied and perhaps fractured. It can make a big difference in your breathing too, not to mention the pain factor.
Well, you know, with young fighters, of course, when they first face a particular type of adversity, Alan, you never know how they're going to react. They never know how until they go through it, and they're better for it, later on. Whether it be a cut or a bad nosebleed, such as Paul Koon is having, perhaps a broken nose at this point. As we take a look at the action from the last round, certainly Gruner's best round of the fight. There you see the exchange of the left hooks by the two. That was really a red-hot round of action.
Certainly was. Kind of heavyweight action people crave for in the sport. Here we go to the fifth and final round of the heavyweight fight. Paul Koon trying to close out the show for the United States team, but is against the former German champion, Philipp Gruner. Gruner's the type of fighter who's not going to make mistakes. He's just not. He's going to try to keep coming in. It's up to Paul Koon to try to take this fifth round and use his skills, his superior boxing skills, but he doesn't want to be caught up in that corner like he is there, because he'll get wrestled around by Philipp Gruner.
Yeah,
here they go.
Gruner was manhandling him and is showing real speed now with his left hook. Where was that in the first couple of rounds?
No, he's showed a lot more. I didn't think he was this fast, but he is fast. He's trying to land that left hook. Final round of the evening, and these heavyweights have not disappointed. I think it's all depending on this final 2 minutes.
Koon still got his legs, still utilizing his legs to bounce up and down, try to find that rhythm. Gruner is just dogged in his determination, though.
He's boring in as best he can. Like I said, he just caught a right hand. Koon just caught a right and threw a good right hand and got out of there. Oh, nice right hand again right there. That's the best punch in the last 3 rounds for Paul Koon. That's what I kept saying. I wanted to see him land more effective punches through the 3rd and 4th round. He can use his boxing skills, but yet if he can land those accurate punches, that was a big roundhouse that didn't connect from Gruner. They're going to go all the way in the final minute of this one. Big punch didn't miss right there.
Now both of these guys are tired. Both of them are a little bit jaded at this point, and if either one could score a knockdown in the final minute, and we've got a minute to go here, it could swing the fight in either direction.
It's not from lack of trying. Blood on the mat, blood on both fighters. Two heavyweights who have gone. There's Gruner boring in, putting Koon on the ropes. "29 seconds left in the heavyweight fight. Digging to the body, Koon with an uppercut. 22 seconds left. The big boys have put on a big show here in Reno.
How do you like this one? I can tell you, there's a lot of fans in here who like it.
That's what they want to see for the heavyweights. All the way to the end. Big hard punches.
Good fight.
Great fight.
And the bow to all four sides of the ring by Paul Koon. Philipp Gruner, boy, the last 2 rounds,
Oh, wow.
he made it an hellacious fight.
I don't think they could have gone 5 more like that, Rich Marotta.
I don't think so either. One maybe.
Maybe one.
I'd like to have seen one more.
Yeah. I'd like to see heavyweights like that, throwing like that all the time. All right, here was a nice punch from Koon that I've been waiting for a couple of rounds, right?
Really enjoyed it. There you see the miss
There,
by
right there.
Gruner, and that left him open for that counter, and Koon made him pay.
Now watch Gruner.
Yeah, but Gruner, as we said, just determined. Comes on, long, strong right hand of his own. Who won it? Wow.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But that is an example of what the product, and I've been saying it for a couple of years, the product that the World Series of Boxing delivers. Very high caliber athletes, young professionals. This is nice. This is nice. They put on a heck of a show.
That nose is still bleeding too. And they deserve the kudos they're getting from the crowd. There you see, he has that same expression that Evander Holyfield used to have before his fights. And Paul Koon came out quick. We saw very sparse punching in the first 3 rounds from Gruner, but it would pick up a little bit more each round. He got a little better with each round. Now the question is going to be, as you see him just miss with that right hand as Koon started to get a little bit reckless as the fight wore on. What did Gruner win any of those first 3 rounds? If he won one of the first 3 rounds, his finish to the fight might have been enough to get him the decision. If not, then it's going to go to Koon. And as you can see, Koon,
There's the right hand.
good straight right hand.
Okay, we're excited to see how this one turned out. Standards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards for a split decision. Judge Bert Clements has the fight, 48-47 for Koon. Judge Eric Cheek sees the bout, 48-47 for Gruner. Judge Herb Santos sees the fight, 48-47 for your winner. From the city of brotherly love, Paul the Machine Koon.
Very, very nice for Paul Koon against the great German champion. That was a heck of a fight, Rich. We've seen many, many fights over the years. For a 5-rounder, that was thoroughly enjoyable.
I thought it was a really good fight. I thought Gruner had a lot to be proud of in the way that he fought. I thought Koon won the first 3 rounds, Gruner the last 2 rounds. So I agreed with the judges who had it 48-47 for the American fighter. But it was that second round, I think, which was very close, which might have gone either way. One judge probably gave it to Gruner, which ended up swinging the scorecard in his favor. But that was a good one, and the United States
Got to win.
has a
You know
victory.
what I really found charming tonight in this room here at the Eldorado Hotel in the great city of Reno, Nevada, one of my favorite places in the